Hey everyone, it's Richard. And I got this today. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a graded card. It is slabbed. This is hard plastic. And the graders were World Class Grading, if you can see that up top there. worldclassgrading.com. And I got this obviously used from somebody over on eBay. And man, this thing's in terrible shape. I got the card mostly because of what the card was. As you can see there, it's Card Destruction from Yu-Gi-Oh! And the card number, if you can see it there. I don't know if you can see it. SDY042. This is from the original Yugi starter deck. So the card itself is, in today's world, actually kind of rare. One other thing you'll notice is it says Magic card right there. It doesn't say spell card. So yes, this is definitely from the Yugi starter deck, the first one that came out here in the United States. So the card itself is older, which is good. But I guess this is the video in itself is mostly kind of, I don't know, I guess maybe a cautionary tale. Because the card itself is actually still in pretty good condition, considering. From what I can see here, it looks like somebody may have tried to, I don't know if you can see this here, but it looks like somebody actually tried to get into this thing. Yeah, it's all cracked right here. It looks nasty. There's scuff marks all over the back here. This thing was handled quite a bit. It's not like a lot of us traditional collectors that we get a card, and if it has any decent value to it, or we think it's going to have value, usually, at least what I would do is I'll stick it in something like a penny sleeve, like this little thing right here, and maybe I'll stick it in a little, rigid protector like this, and then I'll just kind of put the card away, That's kind of what I would do. Now, of course, if the card has real value, then you go and you get it graded and you slab it, which is what one of these things is. But yeah, apparently the person that sold this to me, and just in case you guys are wondering, I paid a whole $1 for this. Yeah, really, a whole $1. And I kind of knew what I was getting. I noticed on the back, because he showed me pictures, I noticed all the scuffing. I didn't think it was this bad, but it actually is. Some of these, they aren't just tiny little scuffs. These are, it looks like somebody took a screwdriver to it and was like just kind of, beating away at it. So I will say this, if anybody from World Class Grading watches this video, your slabs are actually pretty decent, because yeah, apparently it put up with some pretty rough treatment here. Even here, it looks like somebody, I don't know if somebody got like a pair of, I don't know, maybe like a pair of pliers or something and was trying to get in here. But anyways, yeah, I was just going for the card because the card itself is actually, like I said, it's pretty rare. I don't know if it's Gem Mint 10, as the rating says here. Now, to be fair to World Class Grading, Gem Mint 10 is not the tops for them. There's, they actually have a pristine 10. So there is basically, pristine is essentially reserved for cards that are completely flawless. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the card. Gem Mint 10, a step below that, basically means, if you eyeball the card, then, it's perfect to the eye, but when you put it under something like a gem loop, then there may be imperfections. I still don't know if this is Gem Mint 10, though, because there is, again, I don't know if you can tell there, there is a little bit of tiny little indentation there. But again, to be fair to World Class Grading, given the condition that this slab is in, and man, is it in bad condition, I imagine that whoever had this, obviously, like I said, they were trying to get into it. They were trying to crack the card out. And it's actually not unusual for people to crack the slabs in case they want to try and resubmit the card and get a better grade. I don't think that's what this was. I don't think that is what this person was trying to do. I just think they wanted to get at the card. But yeah, I think what probably happened it may have been a Gem Mint 10 when it was stuck into the slab. Whomever had this card before me, like I said, they tried their damnedest to get the dang thing out. Probably shook it around and did all kinds of crazy stuff to it. And because of that, now, unfortunately, it is not a Gem Mint 10 because, like I mentioned, of those tiny, tiny little imperfections now. And this is where I am going to get on world class grading a little bit. Whenever you get a card slabbed, you don't generally want to stick the card in there just as it is. Because if you'll notice here, I'll turn this card a little bit, and you'll notice the card in there moves. See? And that, yeah, that to me is lazy. Because if somebody is going to send you a card and pay, 10, 15, 20, 30, up to 30 or $35 to get a card slabbed and graded, I don't think the card should move around inside the slab. To me, that's lazy. To me, that's cost cutting. And the sad thing about it is you don't save that much money when you do that. You don't. Because what some people will do when they get their card slabbed is some graders, and in fact, I think it's PSA that does this, they'll put something sort of similar to a penny sleeve. They'll put the card inside the penny sleeve, and then they'll put the penny sleeve into the slab, and they will seal it like that. And when they do that, it doesn't completely keep the card from moving around, but it definitely adds a little rigidity to it. Meaning that when I just do something like this, the card doesn't move. Whereas with this, it's very obvious that the card is moving. You do that too much or if you hand it to somebody who doesn't really care about taking care of their cards, the card's going to get damaged over time, and that's exactly what happened here. Again, I can't be too angry. I paid a whole $1 for this. I wasn't too crazy about the whole thing, about the card being slabbed and all that. I thought it was just kind of like a little bonus, I guess. I really just wanted the card because I honestly think because of the set that this card came from, it's going to have some value. It's almost a 20-year-old card at this point. And it's still in very good condition. It's not Gem Mint 10, not anymore because of a little laziness there, but it is still in pretty good condition. Would I get the card graded again, like crack it out of the slab, send it off for grading again? Probably not, simply because the card itself, it's not going to be, a $300 or $400 card. It's just not. I imagine this card right now can probably fetch me a few dollars, maybe. But I think the reason why I was able to get this so cheap is because the person who was selling it to me, they knew that the slab was just in really bad shape. But overall, I think the card, it's still a good card. It's an oldie but goodie. It's got the magic card on there and not spell card. But just a little word of advisement to World Class Grading. And they've been around a while. You can actually still look them up online and everything. They're still very much around. And I actually haven't looked at any of their newer slabbed cards, so I don't know if maybe they made the change or not, but yeah. If you can somehow secure the card within the slab, that would be amazing. Because as of right now, I gotta tell you, if I had a choice between you and, say, PSA, who I know definitely holds the card in place inside the slab, I'd have to go PSA. I really would. I would not go WCG, and I could not recommend them because of this. Because let's face it, you replace this card with something, like just pick any card out there that's worth a couple $100. I sure as hell would not want my $200 or $300 card rolled around inside a slab like that. I just wouldn't. Anyways, that's my little rant for the day. I'm still happy that I got the card. Make sure you all check down in the description for all the information to our website, to our forums, to our Discord. Thanks a lot for putting up with my little rant here, and I will see you guys next time. And if anybody from World Class Grading is watching, reslab this for me maybe, please?